Jordan-Hare Stadium, one of the most intimidating and passionate environments in all of college football. More than 87,000 will be watching that eagle fly overhead and getting set to back their beloved Auburn Tigers. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Guys, it's almost impossible to overstate the importance of this game. The result might well be the cut line between really good bowl and the playoffs.
It's a really good point, Reese, because at this point of the season late, this is a resume builder, and this might be the win that you need to improve your status and impress the committee so that they put you in the college football playoff.
Yeah, in these top 10 games, they get more attention. More people are there, more people are covering, more people are talking about it, more people are spreading it. So obviously to do it on this stage will go a long way to determine whether this team gets in the playoff.
Got a man, it's Thompson. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Just need a few inches on third down to move the sticks on this opening drive. They'll try to run for it. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Going to the ground. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
And these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. We don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired. But you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
They'll run the screen. Plows through the defense. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. From the gun, give on the inside. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
He's looking for an open man on second down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Dropping back, it's Collins. Coming after him. It's complete. Spins away from the defense. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. And yet another Bayou Bengal baller on the outside who can just go get it.
And if I'm a quarterback, man, I love throwing to these guys. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit it in the box. I know my receiver out wide will make plays. LSU has had guy after guy after guy that you can name that can do that, and they might just have another one.
He's showing you his skills on that last throw. This guy's got arm talent and accuracy, man, and some of it's not coachable. And I think back to Jamarcus Russell and Joe Burrow, 2 former Tiger quarterbacks that were the first overall pick in the NFL draft. They had some of that too. They just had a feel for the position that you simply couldn't coach at the college level. This guy, man, he's got some serious tools, and he really helps make this offense dangerous.
And the Tigers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. What a perfect play call to get the score.
And you're watching the backside, all your runs, making sure that backside, they're not cheating, not flying to the football. The offense saw something, caught them in it. The defense didn't have an answer. The reverse works to perfection.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Auburn to the line in a hurry. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll try to get the first through the air. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
It's really hard on a defense to drop back and know it's pass. And then a quarterback like that, he just has the ability to pull it down and just, bam, shoot through a hole, chew up yards so fast, outrun fast guys. It's just really hard to stop in today's football.
Well, after talking to him this week, I know this guy was excited to build off the momentum from last week when he scored 2 touchdowns. You could just see him here close to the end zone. He's trying to snip his way in. He's so good at finding the creases when they get down tight to the goal line.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
42 Spider.
They're going to run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Collins. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The Tigers bringing the heat the way Andre Bruce did back in the day.
And they just find those big, nasty, strong, physical guys that can eat up the line of scrimmage and get after quarterbacks. It's one of the staples of these Auburn teams all throughout the years.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Just needs a crack to get a return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like, the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
You know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Ball still spotted at the 34. It's 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Got it in the middle. It's Kane. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
Gets it out quickly. Hard running there. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And we saw it last week with this offense, right? They know who they are down here. They're going to be physical. They gave him the football, and what did he do? He rewarded you with 2 touchdown runs. I look for this offense to continue the physicality and hand that man the ball again.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And the offense, they're just trying to be physical. They're trying to run this ball in down close to the goal line. The defense, though, they're having none of it.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Between the uprights, it's good. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They'll snap it on 1st down from the 35. Looking for a man. It's Collins. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense offense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he got loose, it was all over.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
They'll try the run. Makes one man miss. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Now on second down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Wants to fire on second down. Grab near the sticks. It's Kane. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
That really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Guys, Mississippi State and Ole Miss are back at it. Here is the very latest in the Egg Bowl from the Magnolia State. Ole Miss came through with a lunch pail, hard hat performance, and the end result is an eye-opening road victory. And I guess it's not so much that they won, it's more how they won, and the fact this wasn't ever really in question. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, Nick.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
Fires and picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives him the ball at the 29-yard line.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense.
Get set, get set. Hornet, hornet, hornet.
He'll set up to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this.
Throw to the end zone, picked off. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Little. Slips through the line. He's got an alley. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, LSU. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, take, no, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking it out of the end zone, making a huge play.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They took it down the field for a touchdown the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to take the lead in this football game. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, LSU! The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I show you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He'll start this drive firing. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy.
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Fair catch called for and made. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you can get the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. From the gun, the ground game. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Back to pass, it's Collins. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He's right on target. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Jet sweep to the receiver. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I think in today's era of college football, we get enamored with the jet sweep. It's exciting. You're getting this wide receiver involved in the run game, but sometimes it's just better to go old school and just run the football conventionally north side.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's moving out of the pocket. Hit as he throws. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Another ball is knocked free. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
I know on offense you're so jacked up and you're so excited. You're ready to go out there and make some plays. There's nothing more demoralizing than when your special teams unit coughs it up. You're like, dang, I really wanted a shot at this. All right, defense, your turn.
They'll throw it on 1st down. He'll take a shot. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. It's a draw. Runs through a tackle. That'll be a gain of about 7. Leaves him with 3rd and 3.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
The Tigers trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They run the reverse. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Defensively, man, I play so much more man coverage when it gets down near the red zone, down inside the 20-yard line, this area of the field. I got less space to cover. I don't have to worry about them running way down the field really deep, but I do have to worry about them finding ways to get wide receivers, tight ends, speed the ball on the perimeter. Defense was ready for it. Pretty good job by the defense.
Looking for the score. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really...
Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the route is on. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
Quarterback will audible. On second down, he'll let it fly. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. Now across the 50 and at the 48-yard line, they'll have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Going for the big play. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Finds a crease at the 20. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the 1st down.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman...
He lofts one down the sideline. Snags it down the right side. Nothing but green ahead. Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
He's going to pass. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And they got him for the sack.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got an open man. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the 1st down. Auburn lines up quickly.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed...
Throws toward the end zone. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, that's the 2nd pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I love the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts. I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the quarterback break on the football. You've seen several breaks on the football. Your job is to know what the offense does really, really well. And you can tell this defense is dialed in, and they know exactly what this offense wants to accomplish.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. To the air. It's Collins. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I've just seen in this game the ball has just gotten away from him a little bit. A couple of times, just hasn't been able to put it where he wants to. And as a result, that's now his 2nd pick thrown in this game.
Off the play fake on first down. He'll take a shot. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Delivers the contact. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve his field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
The receiver on the jet sweep. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Listen, the offense stars those plays where they want to get their playmakers the ball, and the defense understands it as well. I got to know when that guy comes in motion, he's a legit threat. They did, and you could tell they pulled the trigger and went and made a nice play.
On the run, it's Durham. At midfield, he's got room. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about it in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get here. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
The give to the lone running back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
3rd and short in college football today. You see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Oh, the attempt is no good. And they missed a field goal, so something has gone wrong today. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll run play action. throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thompson. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release.
And he breaks into the open. He's at the 10. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Auburn!
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Comes out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your drive.
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Brown wants to pass. He's got it, so they convert the 2 and keep just a flicker of hope alive, down 2 possessions. And before they can kick it, the receiving team is going to call a timeout. If they're going to pull off this big rally, they'll need to get this one back. They line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Smart move to keep it on the ground. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
I know exactly what I have to do. Defensively, we got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
To the ground with the back. At the 20, he's got space. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
On the ground, it's Durham. Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Leaves it with the running back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch them...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Brown will throw it. He's taking a deep shot. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Wide open downfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Auburn to the line in a hurry. On fourth down, going to the air. Here's a throw downfield late. Ball in the air, intercepted. Takes it the other way. Inside the 10. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
And they take a knee on fourth down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it.